Hello, I'm your superhero critic, and I'll stay super as long as you stay awesome. And this episode doesn't really need an introduction. It's continuing where we left off with WCW comics. What more can I say? It's wrestling. Like all of the covers, we focus on a different wrestler from the time, in this case being Ron Simmons, as he knee strikes Luger in the ropes. Spills, thrills, pinfalls, piledrivers, body slams, and high-flying maneuvers in one action-packed comic classic. Oh my. We begin with Missy Hyatt reminding us what happened in the first issue, letting us know that Lex attacking Simmons has put him on the shelf for an uncertain amount of time. This has resulted in Lex now having to defend his title in a 3-on-1 handicap match. And Ron Simmons, this isn't over yet. Do yourself a favor, get a job flipping burgers somewhere, because Lex Luger always has an angle. Is it a Kurt angle? Shut up, that joke was funny. Jimmy Ross here, fans. Sitting in for Paulie Dangerously is Terrence Taylor, the computerized announcer of the 90s. Oh god, the AIs were even taking over in the 90s! The Steiners have a quick squash match as we learn that Sting will be wrestler number 1 for the main event. Meanwhile, in the ring, commentary talks about how Bobby Eaton and Arn Anderson want a piece of the Steiners, attacking them from behind during their victory interview with food trays. I want a refund! This popcorn has blood in it! The two teams tussle before the Steiners are victorious. We then have a tape of the mystery man named Ghoul giving a threat to Sting. Greetings, fellow grapplers. I sincerely hope your insurance is paid up, because the Ghoul is in town, and you, Sting, are in for a very rude awakening. Bad person! No naps for you! The main event begins as the competitors head to the ring. We then learn the match will be elimination style as Z-Man is up first, but Lex cheats right away, knocking him out with the belt and setting him up for a pile driver as we get a tape of him being taunted and Sting is angry over Lex's actions. And holy hell, what is up with Lex's face here? That is either very shitty lighting or someone needs to shave. Lex rolls out of the ring to come face to face with Ron Simmons, who just simply picks him up and slams him back into the ring with Sting ready to fight again. Ready, Lex? Time to get Stinger-sized. Ew. Lex once again cheats, knocking Sting out by removing the turnbuckle, causing him to hurt himself when he hits his head, and we get yet another side from El Gigante. The commentary continues with Terrence ranting about the Ghoul, while Simmons begins his attack on Luger, eventually being tossed out again before 2 men in trench coats hand him brass knuckles. I suppose you didn't see Luger get handed that foreign object. Only foreign object I saw was El Gigante. Simmons brings Lex back into the ring with Lex attacking but accidentally hitting the ref instead, making Ron unable to get the 3 count. This also allows Lex to cheap shot Simmons, allowing him to get a 2 count. This angers Lex and he continues battering Simmons down, beating him up, and he still kicks out of each pin attempt, but he eventually wins using a roll-up. That's a very good choice. I've heard it's a very devastating move. Lex then begins yet another assault on Simmons' back and neck with piledriver after piledriver, trying to injure him. But as Luger celebrates himself, El Gigante comes down, but again, Lex just grabs a weapon and attacks his knees. The faces head to help, but don't actually do anything before Giganta gets up and knocks out his stooges before being knocked out cold by Lex with his title. We then go to an interview with Lex being a typical heel as Giganta is stretched out, and JR then announces that there is going to be a contest going on called the Bruise Cruise, where the winner can meet Sting. Ending the issue as shadowed men are seen about to sabotage the ship. And that was WCW number 2. It only gets weirder from here. I got nothing to end with this either, so we're just gonna go. I'm your superhero critic, and now stay super as long as you stay awesome. Bye-bye.